How's it going, everyone? This is Precisely Podcast, a podcast about beer and video games and hanging out with our friends. I'm your host, Beau, and with me, as always, we got Tony.
That's right. And again, virtually, we have Kelly with us.
Yo.
How are you guys?
Good, man. Just enjoying this coronavirus.
And how are
No.
you enjoying it?
I don't know, staying inside mostly.
Yeah.
Going outside when the weather's nice.
Yeah, I actually woke up today, got to work, and talked with my boss, and I was like in like a really like chipper mood, and I was like, you know what? I'm actually really embracing all this. Like, I really don't mind it. I'm getting to work in 10 minutes opposed to 25 minutes. And I like that. I like that no one's out and about. And if you see someone, they have a mask on, which is sort of cool because people are getting creative with their masks. So
Yeah.
I've been wearing just like a scarf, essentially like a bandana scarf around my neck. So if I need to go into a store, I just like throw it up on my face, you know.
You're like a
Feel-
bandito.
Yeah, like an ascot. Is that what they're called?
Yeah, but those are more like it's like Fred from Scooby Doo, where it's more of a
neckerchief.
showcase. Yeah, it's more of a showcase piece than a
Yeah.
functionality piece.
No, that's what I have. It's showcase. It's a vintage Ralph Lauren polo Western
Oh
ascot.
yeah.
Yeah.
Tie that thing up real nice.
Yep, it's real nice. Well, yeah, I love it. I don't know. I'm really not minding it. I hope it ends so soon. Like I miss my family. I miss like I've seen my mom here and there, like working on the Wildwood art installation, but like we're not hugging, you know, like we're not like that close to each other, and that that like makes me sad. Like we're a hugging family, you know. So
Yeah, I feel
I'm
that.
not gonna lie, I kind of like it, not having to like shake people's hands and stuff.
yeah, I don't mind that.
Nothing personal. I just,
Yeah, I don't mind that.
yeah.
Whose hands are you shaking on a daily basis?
Well, like when not every day, but like when you meet people and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't meet people that often. I'm not
Yeah.
shaking
I
hands
just
all the
started
time.
a new job, so I'm meeting a lot.
Oh,
of
well,
people.
there you go. That's why. You can just implement that for the rest of your life. Just like do like the Vulcan salute or whatever.
Wakanda.
Yeah.
Wakanda forever. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, like
Just give them the finger guns.
exactly. Pow pow. I think, if anything, it's going to make people more cleaner about themselves, more hygienic, and wash their hands more
We
often.
can only hope.
I would hope so, yeah. But like everyone's nasty, like so be more cleaner so we're less nasty.
I think the one thing I'm gonna take out of this for the rest of my life, it's just gonna be like a force of habit now. Is every time I bring home groceries, I'm gonna Lysol them all down for the rest of my life.
Really?
I don't know. I feel like that's just gonna be my thing now. It's gonna be like, well, you don't know what germs could be on these grocery items that I'm bringing in my home, and I'm just gonna be Lysoling everything for my entire lifetime.
Very true. But then you don't build up any immunities, you know?
Yeah.
It's true. I mean, I like honestly, I worked in a school and I didn't get it or anything, but I got a million other colds throughout the year, so I definitely
Yeah.
got my immunity from that. But now I'm like second guessing everything I ever like even get close to after this whole thing. I think I'm gonna have to like scale myself back into society slowly with my
Yeah.
germs.
I haven't Lysoled anything like when it comes to like mail or groceries. I'm just like whatever.
My groceries I usually Lysol when I come in the house before I put them away, and then mail. I mean, people are letting their mail sit for like 2 weeks, but I'm like, no, I need my mail like
There's no way.
within a couple days. So maybe it'll sit out for like a day or two, but then I like rip open the envelope and throw the envelope away, and then I wash my hands or whatever, or like throw
Yeah.
out the packaging or whatever. But that's about it.
I mean,
Give
my
whatever
my
it's a
hand.
wipe.
Yeah, my hands are definitely like cracking. Like I look down at them earlier today while at work, and my cuticles were like bleeding out of like three of my fingers.
Oh
I
yeah.
was like, oh, that's nice. Didn't cut it on anything. It's just how dry they are from washing.
Yeah. I feel like I'm not like, so I'm essential but not essential to be in where I'm at, obviously, because where we're at, our schools have closed for the rest of the year, so like I'm still providing service but just from my home virtually. So I don't have to go anywhere. So I'm only leaving my house like once every 2 weeks for groceries has been like my plan kind
Yeah,
of
you're
thing.
fine.
So I feel like I'm totally minimized and like, yeah, I'm taking those couple extra steps, but like I'm really just like just not going anywhere because I'm just like, well, I'm just gonna sit here until this is all over and, drink my beer and play my games and do what I gotta do and ride it out. And then when it's all over, we can come back and, do everything normally again.
Yeah, hopefully. I think, in our area, the governor is mandating everyone wear masks if you're outside of your house from now on.
Yeah.
Which I'm fine with, like whatever, like that's cool. Um, but I feel like maybe jobs will start reopening
They're
again.
yeah, so politically I know that there has been the wheels are in motion, I'll say. Nothing has been confirmed like this is the date or we're going to do it. It's the wheels, the thought is in motion to bring our economy back, get our businesses restarted because we're going to be getting to the end of April soon and that was the end of this mandatory quarantine essentially for us. So they've got to start thinking about how are we going to get it, because it's not just like on May 1st everybody's going to be like we're open again. You've got to like roll into
Yeah.
it, kind of thing. So the wheels are turning and I hope that everybody's, I mean, we're all excited to get back to life, but still take precaution for the next couple of weeks at least to slowly get back into it. We can't just dive in blindly.
No, and everyone's going to be weird going back to their job too.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I can't go back. We're
Yeah.
done. Like I can't go back. So, I mean, I just know this is my life until June, regardless of what the government says.
Yeah.
For everybody else, this is how I have to be until June. So,
And I've
oh
been
well.
living the same life, so it's
Yeah.
fine.
Yep.
The only thing I miss is restaurants and bars, and
Yes.
I
Yeah.
don't think that they're going to open anytime soon because you can't eat or drink with a mask on.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing the takeout stuff, which I've only gotten takeout from like my favorite restaurant that we like know the owners and wanted to support them. We got takeout like twice. But then they
From
ended
where?
up just it's called Yak and Yeti
Oh yeah, I love
in
Yak and
Cumberland.
Yeti.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love them. They're great
yeah, they're
people that
awesome.
own it. If you're in central Pennsylvania, please look them up. They've got two, almost three locations. They
Oh, I
are
didn't know that.
Yeah, they are wonderful humans. I love them dearly.
Super nice.
And yeah, we've gotten close to them over the last couple of years from going there. So
It's Nepalese food,
Nepalese and Bhutanese, it's so damn
so
good.
it's
I've
like
had almost everything on that menu and not one thing has ever tasted bad. And I'm a very picky
yeah,
eater. So
yeah, yeah. I agree.
yeah.
Tony
But
likes that food.
yeah. We
Yeah,
got
it's really good.
we got takeout from there like twice and then they ended up just closing because, it's hard to stay open and they were doing everything they could, but then they were just like, maybe we should just close and give everybody, some space and let our employees, take some time and get away and be safe and our family be safe and everything. And it was like, whenever you come back, I know I'm going to dinner there immediately the day you open so I can
Yeah,
give you more money, to make sure that you guys are okay kind of thing. Like so
yeah,
I haven't really been getting takeout food, which sucks. Like I miss eating other people's cooking, I guess. But we did get there twice, and that was really a nice little treat to have because I missed
good.
that.
Yeah, they have really spicy food.
Not all of it's spicy, but I
Yeah.
usually get my stuff like special made spicy because they
Oh,
know
you
me.
like spicy?
Oh, I love spicy food.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my jam.
Yeah, that's Tony's jam. He always asks for the extra spicy
Oh yeah.
and then regrets it.
Oh, I don't regret it. That's the other side. I just go for it.
Yeah.
There's no regret.
Well, I regret something.
Uh-oh.
I bought 100 free hug shirts
What?
like a few months back, and they finally came in the mail.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Why did you do that?
I was going to go to festivals and sell them.
What, what kind of business venture is that?
I'm kidding.
I was gonna say, holy shit, man. That is the stupidest thing I've heard on many accounts. That's amazing. I love it.
Yeah, no, I feel bad for anyone that has like an abundant assortment of free hug shirts because they're never going to sell them.
I wish I had a free hug shirt right now. I would wear that all the time. Like I would wear it when I would go grocery shopping.
You should
Just
make one in Animal Crossing.
I should. I
Yeah.
wear my doctor's mask in Animal Crossing when I go to other people's islands.
Yeah, I saw they
don't
did
catch-
that.
Virtual coronavirus.
I think that's sort of progressive of Nintendo. I feel like Nintendo's
I don't-
always like
I don't think that was
stayed
on
behind.
purpose
No?
because no, like they have just different kind of like materials in the game, like different kind of outfits and stuff in the game. So you could like dress up as like different, I guess like different like jobs and stuff. Like so you could probably dress up as like a police person or a fire person or whatever. So like this was, I guess, probably part of the doctor, outfit.
I
And
don't
then-
know. I feel
No,
like
I don't-
everyone got the masks at the same time.
No, I mean not at the same time. But
And I got mine from a balloon, so Nintendo didn't even want to come to my island. They were just like, we're going to float this bitch in.
that's
Like,
that's the Animal Crossing stimulus package.
yeah. Yeah, I honestly haven't played Animal Crossing since we did that podcast with Matt. I have not logged in at all.
Do you want to guess how many hours I'm at?
Yeah.
60.
No way. Way
No,
more.
Tony, come on.
Wait.
Those are rookie hours.
200.
180.
Both of you are a little high. 140.
I think Nintendo's lying.
I mean, I feel like it too. I don't know if it counted from today. Like, I don't know if it
Yeah, it might
counted
update
today's
like
hours, but
weekly or something.
I don't know. I feel like it's low, but I definitely, 140 to 160 probably feels about right now.
Yeah, good for you. My
Yeah.
island is probably like just like covered in weeds like crazy, and I got money trees everywhere with all this money cash and fruit and stuff, and I don't
Oh,
know. I
man.
just don't really care. I just haven't had the time to relax to
That's,
play
I mean,
that
it's
game.
cool.
I've played
It's
a lot
cool.
of games
Yeah.
since the last time we talked, but just haven't had the desire to play Animal Crossing for some reason.
That's fair. I think for me, Animal Crossing, obviously I like the game, so I already have that draw, but I have it's kind of like my social interaction daily is
Yeah.
Animal Crossing because I have about probably like 5 or 6 people who I can play with at almost any given point in time during the day.
Yeah.
Like so that I'm like in close contact with about Animal Crossing. So like I talk to at least one of my, real life close friends who I can't see right now. I talk to at least one of them daily on Animal Crossing and like hang out with them or whatever. So like that's kind of my way of like getting through this without being able to see friends and family and stuff is like I can at least hang out with them on there and do, life stuff virtually. So that's why I'm playing a lot too.
Yeah, absolutely. I gotta shout out my buddy Chronicles of a Gamer. He has a podcast nowadays called Bobby's World Podcast, and he talked about his girlfriend Eva is playing a lot of Animal Crossing.
She is
both of our
she's a
islands.
frequenter on my island, so shout out to her. She
But-
always comes through.
Yeah, on his podcast, like a few episodes ago, he talked about this person on eBay selling bells like I think like selling like 999 million bells at a time or something, like the
What?
max amount of bells that you can acquire in the game, selling it for
Hmm.
$25, real money. And
Yeah.
at the time, the guy sold like 350 different
Oh,
ones. So he's able to manipulate the game that way. And like mathematically, he made over 10 grand selling fake currency, and people are buying it because it's only $25. And then you
right.
get max currency to buy whatever the fuck you want in the game. And I'm just like, that's insane. Like he found the loophole in life, and it's through a video game. Like, good for him. But that also sucks for everyone else because it's just like now you don't have to do any chores in
Hmm.
this game to get any currency for the things that you want. You can just get what you want, which sort of defeats the purpose of the game to me. And I think that's why I haven't really played it, not because of the guy that's selling bells, but because there's no real end goal.
Hmm.
It's just a constant, like, I feel like I'm obligated to log in every day, and that makes me not want to log in at all.
So the people who are selling the bells online, anytime there's kind of any in-game currency for like any game, basically in like the past 10 years, somebody's always figuring out a way to like mine it and sell it for real life money. Like it happened with all of the GTAs.
Yeah.
It's happened with like what Fortnite and anything else like that. Like people are like, oh, I can get your account X many currency for this much actual real life money. So I'm not surprised that people are doing that. I
Yeah.
hate it because like I mean, whatever. If you want to spend that money, like if you don't have the time or whatever and you want to spend that, go on. I don't care. But like and the people who are doing it, great, you're making money, fine. Whatever you do you. But I hate it because it's just like I don't get any gratification from completing anything myself. Like I'm basically cheating. Like I don't like it. I would never personally buy virtual currency with real currency, like just in general.
Same. Yeah.
I hate spending real money like on game. Like, yeah, I'll buy DLC for a game I really like, but I will never like if they're like, oh, you need so much gold to buy this special item, but you only have this many, and for 99 cents you can buy a 10 pack of gold. It's like, no, I won't do
No.
it.
No thanks. Yeah.
You won't get me with your microtransactions. It won't happen.
It won't.
So that's my
But
piece
yeah,
on
no,
that.
I thought that was crazy. I don't know.
That's nuts.
You guys
Nuts.
drinking beer?
I've got two in front of me to pick from. I thought I'd ask y'all for your
Lay it on
thoughts.
me. I want to hear.
So I have two beers left over from my 6 pack from Glen Miller's that I haven't tried yet.
Okay.
So I have Victory's No Brainer IPA, which is a
Ooh.
6.8. Victory's very nice.
I
I
mean,
do
that's
like
a
them.
no-brainer to me.
Ha ha ha. And then the other one is Saucony Creek Stonefly India Pale Ale. And I don't
Ooh.
think I've ever had. It's also a 6.8, but I don't think I've ever had any of their beer, or if I have, I don't remember it. So
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that brewery.
I'm not either.
They're from Pennsylvania?
Um, I don't know. Let's see if it says.
I would go with the
Oh,
Victory first.
Kutztown. Yeah.
Kutztown, really?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you
I
think
didn't. I
Victory?
Yeah, I've never had either. I don't think I've had the Victory no-brainer.
You should mix them both together in
Yeah.
one
Just
glass.
pour them out in one big glass.
Yeah, do it like it's like a Slurpee from 7-Eleven, and you're a kid and you just gotta
Maybe it'll
mix
be
all
the
the
best
flavors.
beer ever.
Yes, that's what I should do.
Tony, I
I'll,
like the way you think.
I'll crack open the Victory first. We'll do
Yeah,
that.
do the Victory first. I'm drinking delicious IPA from Stone. And
Oh,
it's a citrusy IPA with lemon drop and El Dorado hops. 7.7% alcohol.
cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's all right. I mean, delicious. It's drinkable. Let's put it that way. It's not like oh fuck yeah, this is great. Um, I got a variety pack of Stone. Not that I went through my $250 bill of beer already. I'm close to ending it, but definitely been drinking a lot. But I picked up a case of the Stone Variety Pack IPA, and I also have another one that I'll crack open after this one that's called Die Hard Fan IPA, and it's also 7.7%, and it's an IPA with mosaic hops. And literally, the labels look identical. It's like green and white, just different names, and I feel like they taste almost identical.
I feel like Stone is, I mean, it's a good IPA brewery, um, but they're pretty basic with their like labels and stuff, so it's hard
Yeah,
to like differentiate. Like if I looked at a label, like if I looked at Victory, I obviously would know that the no-brainer, it's got an atom with a hop in the middle. That's cool. And then if I see a monkey that's gold and looks like a shrine, I know
yeah,
I'm drinking Golden Monkey. But
yep,
like if I look at Stone, I'm just going to see that green like little devil looking dude, and that's it. And I'm like,
yeah,
which one is this? I don't remember if it's this one that I've had or if it's this one, because I don't know, I'd probably forget the name. So like
yeah,
they make good beer. It's just like their labels, which is, you're saving money on not making crazy labels, but their labels aren't anything frilly.
yeah. And I feel like with Stone, they make like bigger IPAs. Like both of these are 7.7%, and
Hmm.
that's a higher ABV than the usual like 5 to 6%.
Yeah, they're a little
Um,
heftier.
and they're bolder. Like they're definitely just that hoppy, bitter taste in all of them. I don't think I've ever had like a light tasting Stone uh, brewery beer before, but I don't mind it. It's fine. It's good.
Nice.
Yeah, Tony.
I got a Dale's, of course. But while we're talking about beer, there's a new sitcom on Netflix called Brew Brothers,
Okay,
Oh,
and it's pretty good. You guys should check it out.
tell us
I've
So
got time.
what was like the first episode like.
it's all about beer. This guy starts up a brewery, and then they go through typical sitcom stuff.
Is there
So
a
it's
laugh track?
fictional.
Um, I don't remember. I don't think so.
Good.
Maybe there
Okay.
is.
Oh no,
I feel like I don't notice laugh tracks really unless it's like Seinfeld where it's super prominent.
I hate laugh tracks.
I think it's kind of funny.
All right. Anyway, go on.
Is
Bo,
it
what
so?
were you
It's
saying?
fictional then.
Yeah, it's a sitcom.
Okay, yeah, gotcha.
It's
All
not
right.
like a documentary or anything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is a real life Brewing Brothers documentary.
Who knows? I mean, breweries are like super fun. I worked at
Brewery
one,
King. Bo
and
Exotic.
Beau Exotic. Yeah. I mean, it's the most wild conversations that you hear from customers and other employees and stuff. Like everyone's just an alcoholic talking about crazy shit, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah, I there should all sitcoms should be about that. Honestly, based around breweries, just different breweries.
That'd be interesting. I'll have to check it out. I'm not huge on sitcoms. There's only like a handful that I actually like, but I'll
Yeah,
look
it's
into it.
not bad. It's not bad. I would definitely watch it.
I'll
Well,
check
I
it
would
out.
recommend it, I should say.
I'll check it out. I got time.
Yeah, I'll check it out too for sure. I gotta finish Tiger King. So
Oh
Oh yeah,
man.
they added a new episode.
did that?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
It's like a recap kind of interview with all the
yeah.
people.
It's not like
Uh, okay.
new like groundbreaking content or anything, but yeah.
Yeah, I need to finish it. I think I got to episode 3, and I was like spot watching it too.
Mm.
But yeah, I want to finish it.
Yeah, I've been running through my Netflix and Hulu like nuts. Like I'm running out of true crime documentaries to watch, which is gonna be the death of me. Because I feel like that's all I watch all day
Oh, really?
to like get me through. Yeah, like it's just like background noise, kind of, but it's like
Yeah.
informational, cool background noise. So I like it, and I'm just like trying to find, like, now I'm in the part where you're like, oh, let's just watch this investigation discovery like series about women who kill their husbands, and it's like, oh, this isn't very well done, but I guess I'll watch it because I'm kind of at the bottom of the barrel here.
Oh boy.
Like, I don't know what else to do. I've exhausted all of my other options.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
So, yeah.
We Kayla and I have been watching Project Runway,
Oh.
and it was so good. The newest season's so good. But that was fun. And then we've been watching Ink Master, which we were at the second to last episode before like the top 3 were picked or something, or it might have been like the third to last. And at the end it was like, because of the coronavirus, filming has stopped and the last 3 contestants got divvied out the $100,000 together.
Oh,
And
that's
we're
such a
just both like, what the
aw.
fuck? Like
Well,
we've watched
spoiler.
every season, yeah, and we're just like, yeah, sorry, but like it was just like, damn, like we were rooting for certain people, and you just don't realize that like something like that, like reality show that, you know, is coming out on a weekly basis is affected, you know,
Mm,
with the same shit that we're affected with. But it makes sense. It's just like your brain doesn't compute until that message comes up and you're like, oh fuck, like damn,
yeah.
like that sucks.
Speaking of reality TV, and since we're giving, entertainment recommendations, have you seen the Lego Master TV show?
No,
No,
I've heard about it.
Oh, dude, do you have Hulu? You gotta check it out. It's on Hulu.
No, I
I,
don't have Hulu.
I got it.
Okay. Well, it's on like FX, I think. No, I don't remember whatever cable channel it's on.
I got
I,
everything, Kelly. Don't
I
worry
don't
about
have
it.
I don't have real cable, so I don't. It's on a channel though. That's what I'm trying
Yeah,
to say.
I got
But it's on
everything.
Hulu, and basically it's like those like Bake Off shows and design shows and stuff like that,
But they're
but with
doing Legos.
Legos.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, I need to
they
watch
like
that.
they're given a prompt, and it's like you have X much time to work with this to make this prompt happen, and then you like they have to like transport it and oh god, it's good, it's cool.
Oh,
People
I
make
need to
some cool
watch that.
shit.
That's
Yeah,
so great.
yeah.
How many
So,
episodes are there?
there's like a handful now, I think, because it's like a new show. So I wonder if it's going to be in the same category that Ink Master was. If like they're going to have to stop filming, or if they did, or like whatever. If it's, I don't know.
Is there a guy in the show that's either a judge or a contestant that's like Van Brock or something by chance?
I don't remember. The
'Cause
guy
there's this.
who's hosting it was what's his name? That is it Will Arnett who voices the Lego Batman in the Lego Batman
Oh,
movies?
cool.
Yeah, so he's the judge, which is pretty nifty.
There's a guy that I follow on IG, and it's like Van Brock or something, something Van Brock, and he does Lego creation, still frame videos, like
Oh, that's cool.
where like a whole transform like a Game Boy Advance made out of Legos into like a transformer robot, and
Oh,
like shoot it all like frame by frame, and they're just so fucking cool. And I've talked to him like through DMs, and he actually, I think he grew up in like Philly or Pittsburgh area, which is really
nice.
cool. Yeah.
I used to make
But
those as a kid, like make those stop motion Lego
yeah,
videos.
stop motion, that's the word. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I used to make those a lot. That was fun. It's
I've
frustrating, but it was fun.
Yeah, I think I've done like one or two with like clay, but never Legos.
I did Legos and like action figures. I never did like clay or anything because I was like
That sounds
10.
fun. I want to do that. I feel like
Well,
my cats would get in the way though.
yeah, well, now you'd have to like, I feel like now it would be, I have so much more like unlimited options of things I could get and make. Like before I was like, okay, well, I only have the basement and I only have the toys that are in my box and I can only make certain things because I'm a child. Well, now I could be like, I can go, well, if it wasn't on quarantine, I can go to the craft store and get whatever I want. And, I can put this wherever in my house or outside my house because I make the rules and
Yeah,
just have fun with it. But
yeah,
I should do that. That'd be fun.
that would be fun.
Get back
I like
into
that
it.
idea.
Yeah.
I talked about the Sega CD that I picked up, right? System on the
Yeah.
last podcast.
Yep.
So I got the cords for it, and plugged it in, and neither one of them worked. Which the seller told me that one of them did work, the other one didn't, but he didn't know why, and neither one of them read disc for me. So I did some research on it, and he was going to give me my money back, but I said no. Like, let me try to fix at least one of them. And I got like a certain like plastic gear lubricant and put that around it, around the gears on the one that he said didn't work, but it sounded like it wanted to work, but just grinded gears real bad. So I lubed it up. I messed with this magnet that's on top of the lid of the Sega CD and adjusted that, and adjusted like where the laser like pointed at first, and got it to work. Surprisingly, I got the non-working one to work, and the other one I think just has a blown motor. But played some Sega CD games for the first time and absolutely loved it. Like, such a cool system. Have you
That's cool.
guys Yeah, have you guys played it any Sega CD before?
I haven't. I never. When I was growing up, I didn't have a Sega.
Okay.
My friends had a Genesis, but then I remember it was like in their grandparents' like cabin, and so when we would go with them to the cabin, like for a weekend or whatever, we'd play it there. But then like one time, I guess the cabin was broken into and it was stolen. So
Oh,
then there was no more Genesis, and then we went to PlayStation, but and we never looked back. But
yeah.
the I never. That's the only thing I ever had Sega wise was that one Genesis that my friends had. So I never got to play the CD growing up, and as I'm now a collector and stuff, I just haven't. Like Sega isn't really nostalgic for me, so I don't collect a lot of Sega, but I think it'd be cool. It looks like there's some really cool games, but it's just like the price point and like
Yeah.
stuff like that for me, it's like not really worth it because I don't have the nostalgia for it or anything. So I just can't see myself spending money on that collection specifically. It'd be cool to
And I
find,
yeah, and I
but
feel you on that. And luckily I found, these two Sega CD systems with one Genesis, Model 1 Genesis, and it came with 50 burnt games. So like, and they're the best of Sega CD, which maybe there might be like 20 good games if that, because a lot of them are just like FMV like games where
right.
it's like a DVD video but really choppy and not that good, and really
Yeah.
bad acting, but that also makes it
Night Trap.
good. Yeah, like it's like B film.
Mhm.
Um so I don't need to spend any money on the games. I have like the full collection, almost like an emulator with it. But the cool thing about Sega CD is that Sega didn't know about protecting their games, so you could literally just burn it, any game, from the internet, and just be able to play it on the hardware. So I played a little bit of Snatcher, which is Hideo Kojima's one of his first games that he made, and graphically, sound wise, and story so far just seems really cool and out there. It's just like more like a text based visual game, like visual novel almost, but there is like action shooting in it, like like a first person shooter, but with a
Mm.
controller, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I played a little bit of Lunar, which is a JRPG, and that was actually a lot of fun, really cool, like anime graphics in it. So looking forward to playing more of them. Those are the only two games that I played on the Sega CD.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds fun. There's a couple games on the CD that I've wanted to like try, and I can't remember what the names are. But off the top of my head right now. But yeah, it looks like a super cool system. And like I said, if like I ever saw one for cheap and like or like got a good deal on it like that, I would be like, yeah, like why not add that in and try it for a while and see how I like it, and can always either sell it off or keep it. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
so yeah, it'd be cool to check out the CD.
If you can find a good deal on one, I recommend it.
Yeah.
Honestly. You guys play any games? I have other ones that I played, but I want to hear from you guys.
Tone, I'll let
I-
you go first.
I played some Grand Theft Auto.
What?
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 I played
What?
yeah, Grand Theft Auto is 50% off right now
I think
on PlayStation
I
Store.
think you're saying it wrong. It's pronounced Call of Duty.
Well, so I know I'm late to the game, but I just downloaded it
So
and played it for
GTA
free.
5.
Yeah.
Cool. That came out in what, like 2013?
I was just gonna say that game has quite the life in it.
Yeah.
Honestly, like it's still
pretty
going.
good.
Yeah,
I mean, all Grand Theft Autos are pretty similar, so it's cool to just get on and go bust
Yeah.
a few caps and people and steal some cars,
yeah.
So you
I
played
played-
the online of it.
Yeah, I played a little bit of the story and the online.
Okay. How's the online? I've never done the online. in
It's pretty
GTA
cool.
5.
You can link up with your friends and do missions together. You can like buy a house, you start a business.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of shit to do, really.
I've
I mean,
played
that
a
sounds like the story mode, like
Yeah.
the first person.
Yeah, but you can just play online with your friends and do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it like server based, like? Or,
Yeah. So you have whatever, I don't know, 23 people or something per server.
Okay.
And then you can do a private server with just your friends, or sometimes there's random people in there and they try and fuck you up while you're doing your missions.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it's cool. It's not fun when you're getting fucked up and you're trying to do shit, but
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
I played Dirt Rally 2.0. That was a free game this month.
Yeah, I downloaded that myself. How is that?
Like 2 stars
Is it a motocross or
out of
what?
5. No, it's like
Like the
Cars?
like
Subarus.
rally cars.
Oh,
yeah.
rally
Yeah.
cars.
Yeah, I played a little bit of it. I'm not a huge fan, but I'll probably play it again. I don't know. I was looking for a good driving game, but it's not like Need for Speed. So
Mhm.
What is bad about it per se?
it's really technical. So if you're like a car enthusiast, it's more
Okay.
like a Gran Turismo style.
Yeah, and I never really liked Gran Turismo for that reason. That like the turning was so like tight in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I mean it's really like if you ever watch a rally race or anything, you have like they have a passenger with them that tells them when the turns are coming up and like uh, the degree of the turn and then what the turn is like following that and where you should be, going through the turn. Should you stay in the center, outside, inside? So I don't know. I don't understand that stuff that well, but you have to know it, to play this game.
Yeah, I gotcha. Like you almost need to have like a passenger driver reading the map or something, like in the real world of dirt rallies. Like, oh, you're making a right up here.
He's got
Yeah.
a mustache. It's like really
Yeah.
curly and a cool hat. And he's like, "Oh, chum, you got to make a ride up here."
Yeah,
Their accents are British in the game, so
Oh,
Oh,
even
really?
better.
That's great.
amazing.
Yeah.
or some European denomination. I don't know.
Australian maybe.
Crikey.
There might be. I didn't
Wherever
get that
there's
far.
dirt and
Yeah.
rallies.
Wherever there's dirt, dude, there's dirt everywhere.
I've been
I hate to
been
break it
looking.
to you.
Yeah, no, I've been looking for a good racing game too. I like sort of like miss that in my life.
Well, that's not it.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Well, I added it to my library, so whatevs.
Yeah, and then Call of Duty, of course. I've been playing.
Wow.
Surprise, surprise.
Any updates from the world of Call of Duty?
Season 3 started. They did teams of 4 on Battle Royale. Bunch of new maps in the multiplayer. New mode for the Battle Royale. Shotguns and snipers only. It's decent, I guess, if you're into that.
That seems kind of nuts. Like shotguns and snipers. That
Yeah,
seems
and
like
a
it could be
huge map.
crazy.
So it's either like really up close I mean, some of the snipers are like marksman rifles, so they're more medium range, rapid fire. But
Mhm.
it's all right.
That's wild. Yeah, I was seeing a lot of stuff about how like populated Warzone has been since people are home, with
Yeah, I
nothing
don't know. I
else to
think
do.
500 million people play it or something
Yeah,
crazy
it's
like that. Have
ridiculous.
downloaded it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I also saw that they were like really cracking down on people who were like supposedly cheating or trying to
Yeah,
cheat the system.
there's a lot of that goes on, and I think it's going to take them a while to iron that out.
But
So
like
we'll see what happens.
I think they're being harder on it now than they ever were before. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I
were like
agree.
they're really stepping it up now because there's so many people who are out there trying to cheat it, and
Yeah,
they're
Fucking
like
cheaters.
they're
using
like we're not
aimbots and
doing it.
wall hacks. Yeah,
Yeah.
it really is ridiculous.
It's nuts.
And I mean, you can blatantly, watch if someone kills you. Sometimes, you can continue to watch them play, and then
Oh
you
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I honestly like have never understood the reason for cheating in any game.
Because you suck at it.
But like, what's the gratification?
Yeah,
The
exactly.
gratification is you get a fake win essentially. Like it's a
Or
win
it's
in
like
the
trolling.
books.
You're just pissing people off.
Yeah, I guess
Some
it's
people get off
trolling.
on that.
That's so
Yeah,
weird though
you
to me.
you have to be that kind of person, it seems like, to want to cause that. Like, I don't know, for me when I play a game, regardless if I'm playing, solitaire against myself or Call of Duty, I don't want to cheat because I want the win to be authentic, because that makes me feel better than if I cheated and won.
Exactly.
Because then I know I did it. It's all
Yeah.
me. Like,
Yeah, and I'm really competitive when it comes to like Call of Duty, so to get killed by someone who's using an aimbot, it's
yeah, that's
discouraging,
It's dumb.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I
Cool.
remember playing an MMO RPG back in the day, called Maple Story. Actually, I don't think I've ever talked about.
I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah. Funny. I'll probably bring back Maple Story in episode 100, but of precisely. But I'll leave that in the books. But either way, yeah, I remember seeing like bots playing, and like you're like trying to talk to someone, but they just keep attacking and attacking, and like they're like floating all the enemies close to them to attack, like just using like all these hacks, and you're just like, what are you doing? Like you're not even there at the computer, but it's playing for you, which I guess is cool. I guess I don't know. It's not like, to me, like there's no winning then. You're not bettering yourself. Like you're doing it in a fake way, I guess. So yeah, either way, it's weird. I'm not down for cheating. And it goes back to the whole Animal Crossing thing and just buying all the money that you possibly can. It's like, what's the fucking point then?
Yeah. You're not really playing the game for your own benefit. You're just playing it to be like,
to show off shit, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pay to win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that translates to real life too. It's like people who like
participation trophies. People who get participation trophies.
Not necessarily that. But like the people who like try to buy friends like in real life, or like if you could take it as
That's
like buying
probably what it
followers or
is.
something.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's the person who's more apt to spend money instead of going out of their way and trying to achieve goals. They want to do it the cheap and, well, not cheap. They want to do it the quick and easy way, like, and not have anything to show for it basically at the end.
That's actually what it is. Yeah, it's an artificial way of being like, I'm cool because of this.
Yeah.
Like
that's bogus, but
yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Like I said, to each their own earlier. I understand if, like, you're the kind of person who's like, I'm a doctor and I work like 70 hours a week, but I really like to game and I know I'd never get to this point in this game.
I don't think any doctors are doing that.
No, I don't either, but it's just my example that I would like to believe that people are actually doing this for.
I hope to God no doctors are cheating in any game, because if they're cheating in a game, then they're probably cheating in their job.
Yeah, no, I'm not meaning like straight up cheating. I mean like, oh, I've got to buy this currency because I don't have time to mine for it because I'm working or something.
No.
I don't know. That's my only reason.
Shouldn't be playing games.
Listen, don't get hung up on the doctors. That was my example. God. To all our doctor listeners, relax. Beau's not coming for you.
Yeah. All the doctor listeners.
You don't know.
Yeah, I
You don't
don't
know.
know. You're right. I
You
don't
don't
know.
know. You could have people out there with PhDs. They don't have to be medical doctors.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have my
So
doctorate one day. You have to call me the doctor. That'd be cool.
that'd be cool, Dr. Kelly.
No. My name would be Dr. Donnelly, and how cool does that sound?
That's
That
very cool. Very professional.
Right?
Are you keeping your last name if you marry Scott?
Yeah, it sounds too cool.
Okay.
Sorry.
Sorry, Scott.
I already told him that. He knew that going into this. My name flows so well. Kelly,
Are you
Donnelly.
really keeping it?
Yeah.
Oh
Why
wow.
why would I change that flow? Like, it's such a nice pattern. It's so Irish. Like, it's so good. I would not change it. No. I would
Okay,
never
good
leave
for
this
you.
name.
All right.
Also, it's too much effort to change your name. And I'm
Not real.
lazy.
Not if you get married.
Well, you have to change all your
Yeah, I
documents and
guess.
shit.
All
I'm
right.
too lazy for that. So
Okay.
it's a twofold reason, but I really like my name, so that's why.
No, it's a strong name.
It,
You're right. It's a
it
strong
is
Irish name.
it's strong. It flows. Anyway,
Yeah.
back on track. Games I've played. Um Besides Animal Crossing, I've been the last like week or two I've been working on my room a lot because I've got time and
I saw.
for projects. So I've been working on my room and I got a shelf up in my room now. One of them, I'm going to do like 3 or 4 of these big long shelves that span the wall. So I can, like this one, I put like little knickknacks and stuff on. And then one I'll do with like my game boxes. So, and then one I'll probably do, I don't know, with something else. And then I got to figure out how I want to put like my Game Boys and stuff. It's been a whole thing. So I started working on that. So that took up some time this week. Um, and then the
It
other
looks
thing,
great. The
thanks,
pictures that you shared on Instagram look great.
thank you. It's really nice. It's bringing it together now. Like it doesn't feel as like it's not that it felt empty, but it's feeling more homey and complete now in here instead of just like bare walls and stuff on the
Yeah.
floor. So it's getting there. Um,
Yeah.
the other thing I was working on was my computer setup, which I was kind of telling you about. Um, I with all this time, and it's been like I feel like years. Scott has been like, you need to stream on Twitch. You just need to do it. You have all these games. You have all this stuff. You love to game. You just need to stream on Twitch. You'd be really good at it. Like people would love to hear you. I'm like, I don't know. Like, yeah. And then now I've got all this time, and he's like, you should stream on Twitch. You have all the
Yeah.
material. Like, let's just get it set up.
Yeah.
So we finally got like things hooked up. I have my computer set up and I moved my Switch over to my desk so I can stream my Switch if I wanted. And then today in the mail, I got this RCA to HDMI adapter so I can take my retro stuff and put it
Oh,
through there.
really?
Yeah. Earlier today, I was playing Ratchet and Clank Going Commando on it. And the frame rate obviously is not, like, it's not perfect, but it looks pretty good and it's transferring over. So, like,
Is it playable?
yeah, it's playable.
Okay.
So I'm like kind of hyped on that because I think that that'd be cool. And like also now I can just like sit at my desk and game like not like the gaming on my TV was an issue or anything, but now like I can sit at my desk and like if I have to do stuff, I can just the other thing was like, I was listing things on eBay this week and then I would like take a break and play a game at my desk for like a little bit and then go back to eBay. So it was like the balance between gaming and work could be like fluid when I'm sitting at this desk. So that's like that was been my week pretty much is I've been playing some Ratchet and Clank and then a lot of Animal Crossing and working on my
Cool.
setup. So
I mean,
that's
that
been it.
sounds fun. I don't really enjoy watching anyone play video games, but I'd watch you play for a little bit, check in every time you're
Thanks.
like, "Hey, I'm live." I'd be like,
Thank
"Yo,
you.
I'm coming on for 10 minutes, say hi."
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I watch there's only a couple people like famous streamers that I would like watch. and like only certain games. Because I feel like a lot of people, are streaming like new games. And so I don't really want to watch somebody play like Fortnite. So I'm like, I don't want to watch that. So that takes about like half the streamers out right now, like the popular streamers. So it's like I don't want to watch any of that. But then like I, see other people playing and like from IG and stuff, and that's pretty cool, like to be able to check in and be like, yo, and then watch them play for a little while and then go back to life or whatever. But I
Yeah.
feel like everybody's got some time. So, if I want to share my gaming journey virtually while I'm doing it, like why not? And
Yeah, especially if you have something good to share, like a game that might not be that popular that you like, or like tips and tricks on how you play a certain game like Animal Crossing, like,
yeah,
hey, this is how I made these fruit logos in front of my trees, like,
right. Yeah. And
yeah.
that was the one thing is like when I was sinking all this time into it, into Animal Crossing in the beginning, especially Scott's like, you really need to stream this. Like, I think people would want to watch this. I
Hmm.
was like, maybe. And then like, people are coming to my island. They're like, this is great. Like, how do you
Yeah.
do all this? And like, there's so much going on and you've put so much thought into it and like all this stuff. And it's like, well, maybe I should just share it on a platform like that. Like, why not?
Yeah.
So I feel like this next coming weeks is I'm actually going to figure out how to do the actual streaming thing because now
Good,
I'm
you
set
should.
up for it, but I just need to actually do it.
Yeah, and if you're able to somehow hook up your computer to your TV and a camera and all that, once this whole virus thing is done, I am totally down to come over and like stream on the couch with you. And
Yeah, I don't know if we could do it like on
there's a
my
way.
couch. Well, the TV is all the way. I don't know. I don't know. Just because of the
I
stretch
don't know
of
either.
cords, but
We
maybe.
get long cords then. We get Scott to do it all.
Yes, that's always the answer. But
Yes. Scott will
yes,
figure a way.
he always figures it out.
Yeah.
So, but yes, it's cool, and I can't wait to do things like stream Dynamite Cop because I
Oh my
want to.
god. That's the first thing we need to do.
Oh, it's gonna be great. That's
Totally
half
down
the
for that.
reason why I bought that RCA HDMI adapter because I was like, I have a Retron, like I can already HDMI like
True.
Genesis, SNES, NES, and like whatever else, Famicom and Game Boy Advance. But I was like, that leaves out PlayStation and Dreamcast, and those are kind of big, and
Yeah.
Xbox too, I guess. But I don't really play that as much. But like, I was like, those are pretty big, like for me. So I kind of want to have that option. So that's why I bought the adapter.
Cool. I can't wait to see the setup in person.
Yeah, once this is all over, we're to have everybody over and game it up.
Please. Yeah, please. I'm going to have everyone over too. I can't wait.
Yeah,
I
it's gonna be
can't wait
great.
to barbecue for everyone
Yes,
and
yes,
grill out.
hell yes.
So I've been playing a lot in the past 2 weeks. Started chipping away again at Yakuza 0. Now at the second to last chapter before finishing it. So that might be the next game I finish. If I go back to it, I can probably quickly get that over with, which it's a great story. It's just such a long game. I believe I started it back in like December 2018 and still haven't finished it yet. So excited to get that over with, but also wanting to play all these other games. My wife and I played Beat Saber last weekend and probably played it for a solid like 4 hours, just passing the VR system back and forth and absolutely loving it. Just they release like a bunch of new songs that we haven't tried before, and just really having a lot of fun with it.
I'll have to check out
Uh,
those new songs. That
yeah,
sounds pretty
they're
fun.
they're more like upbeaty, like techno pop, I guess. Um, a lot of fun though. Like just
That's
any
cool.
new song, yeah, any new song for Beat Saber is fun because it's like a new game. Then.
Did I tell you that I let my mom use my VR for the first time like last month?
No.
So my my mom and dad came over like before all of this started. And my dad was here because he was helping Scott do our basement renovation. And then my mom just like came and was like, I don't remember what she was helping me do. And then she was like, your sister keeps talking about this VR that you have, and like, what is that like? And I was like, it's pretty cool. Like, if you want to try it, you can. She's like, yeah. She said it was really cool, and that I should try it. I'm like, okay. So I set her up and I put her on Fruit Ninja, and she
Oh,
was
nice.
having a ball. Like,
I might have seen a video of that.
yeah,
Did you
I
post
took
a
a I
video?
took a
Okay.
video of it. Yeah, she was mad at me for putting a video up, but like,
Oh,
she was
whatever.
like, no, she wasn't really mad. She was joking, but like, she was like, she was so into it, and she was having so much fun with Fruit Ninja. And then I was like, well, the other game that my sister had tried was Beat Saber. Do you want to try that? And she was like, well, what's that? And I'm like, well, it's kind of like, you gotta like, it's almost like dancing. Like, you have movement and you have to move your arms in a certain fashion with the colors and stuff to match up. And she was trying it, and like, my mom is like in her mid 60s,
Yeah.
so she's like, I mean, she's not a spring chicken, but she's very athletic and everything. So I wasn't like concerned about her, like, like throwing her hip out or anything on this. But like, she was so like into it that she was like, no, I'm not quitting until I beat this song, because she kept failing on this one song. And then, she finally beat it, and she was so excited. And then ever since that, she was like, well, once we can all get back together, we should all come over and play your VR again. And
Oh,
and we have to get your dad to do it, because I think he'd think it's really cool, and he just has
yeah.
to do it. And my dad's like, Mom keeps talking about this VR thing that I should do. Like, she doesn't shut up about it. I'm like, this is
That's
so
great.
funny that like now my family who doesn't really play games is like, oh wow, this is so cool. This is
Yeah,
so
I
cool.
mean, and especially like a game where anyone essentially can play that, you don't have to use a controller. You're using hand swipes, like
Yeah.
with the motion controllers. Like that makes sense to anyone that's human that has hands and arms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's absolutely accurate. Yeah, I just thought that was Beat Saber just reminded me
Yeah,
of
that's
that
great. That
that
makes me
story.
wanna yeah. I've talked to my mom about VR. My dad wouldn't do it, but I've told my mom about it. My sister's done it and she loves it. But yeah, I would love to get my mom into it because she like goes to the gym all the time with my sister. Not right now, but she used to, and I feel like she would really like it. And Kayla and I were sweating from it. We
Oh
were
yeah,
getting a good workout from it.
100%. That game
Yeah,
will make you sweat. And oh my god, I hate those like crouching. Oh my god, just
the
oh my
crouching. Yeah.
my
Have you
legs.
tried? Have you tried the 90-degree thing?
No, I haven't.
Oh my god. So yeah, not every song has it, but a lot of the older songs and newer songs, there's an option to do 90-degree where the blocks come from the left and right as well.
Oh my
So
god.
it's not just straight on. So you're like pivoting your body. Like you can keep your feet planted, but you're like moving side to side and it just gets insane. It's so much fun. So if anyone has Beat Saber for the PSVR and hasn't played the 90-degree, like you haven't, Kelly, highly recommend putting that head unit on and trying it out. Like it is amazing. It changes up the whole gameplay.
That sounds like a good quarantine activity.
Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. So much fun. And it's more like interactive with the whole 90-degree. So yeah,
Nice.
definitely recommend that. So the guy that I bought the Sega CD from, I went and saw him yesterday because he found a new, like a different thermal plate that goes in between the Sega Genesis and the Sega CD. For the second one, he found a thermal plate and a case for the EverDrive for the Sega Genesis EverDrive that I got from him. And he sold me one of the games that I've always wanted for Sega Saturn for super cheap. It's just disc only, but it's Astal for Sega Saturn. It's a platformer, like an action platformer puzzle game. Super fun graphically. It's beautiful. I played that last night for the first time and absolutely loved it, but game over twice on it So you have 3 lives and then 1 continue per gameplay before you game over. And I got 2 game over screens and I was just like, I can't play this anymore. I'm so pissed. But, that's how old games were back then. But I plan on beating that as well. I think I can get good enough to finish that game. And I've seen people, just like the long play of it is only like an hour long. So it's a fairly short game. It's just, it gets harder near the end. And then lastly, what I've been playing the most of is Final Fantasy VII on the PSP.
You had
I got
everybody hanging there.
Why?
Because everybody was probably like, oh, he's going to talk about the remake.
Oh, well, so originally I did play the demo of Final Fantasy VII Remake on the PS4, and that sort of got me interested. I was like, cool, I'm now ready to play the original. The remake demo is amazing, beautiful graphics, all that. I think I told you guys to play it.
Yeah.
Still recommend trying it out. But it was really cool going from that to the PSP or PS1 version on the handheld PSP and being like, wow, this is like frame by frame the same game, just way worse of graphics. But I don't mind that.
Blocky.
Yeah, very blocky, very polygonal. But literally just the same game. But turn based, and I'm really liking it. I got this awesome custom made PSP that I did a solid trade with of like N64 games and a controller to PSP Guru on Instagram. He really hooked it up and gave me this awesome Vaporwave PSP Street, it's called. So it doesn't have Wi-Fi capabilities, but that's fine. Came with like 40 PS1 and 20 PSP games that I chose myself, and then a bunch of different emulators and stuff, and just really loving the aesthetics of it, the look of it, and just how it feels, and being able to play these JRPGs portably, that really I would have to like bust out a CRT to enjoy these games on an original PS1, which I don't want to do. But yeah, Final Fantasy VII's fun. I understand why everyone really likes this game. It's a good, solid RPG game with a great story. Yeah.
I mean, I know I've said it before, but I never got into Final Fantasy, like in general, because I think I'm not one to lean towards RPGs or JRPGs as much, just because a lot of them aren't not they don't grab my attention as much. So while they look great and they look amazing, I just can't put myself into them as much as I want, like, or should. And I think Final Fantasy was one of those. Like, I remember trying one of the first Final Fantasies, like, on my modded PSP a while ago, and then being like, I don't know, like, this just isn't, it's not clicking. I don't really like it that much, but, like, I gave it a shot. And people are being like, well, try 7, try 7. I'm like, yeah, okay, maybe. I don't know. And so I never really tried 7 because I knew, like, the Final Fantasy style and was like, that's not really my jam. Like, that turn-based RPG stuff is not really, like, I'm too impatient. Like, so, but now I've been watching the gameplay for the remake, and I kind of want to grab it. Like, I think I actually might like it.
Play the demo. Play the demo first, just so you can see the gameplay of it, and it's free. You might as well.
Yeah, because it looks like it, and like you said, it's not as much turn-based like as the first original.
So it doesn't have any turn-based unless you turn that option on, which is really cool. So to me, this game was exactly like Nier Automata or like Bayonetta.
It kind of looked like Kingdom Hearts a little bit too.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts or Devil May Cry, like just like an action RPG
RPG,
where
yeah.
like the RPG elements are like getting equipment and leveling up, but it's once you see an enemy, you can just run up on them and just start attacking them right
Yeah,
away.
and that's where I liked Kingdom Hearts as an
Then you would
RPG.
like it, yeah, because
Right,
it's
because
more difficult
right,
than
you had the
Kingdom
Final
Hearts.
Fantasy, like, vibes, which I was like, "This is cool, I like this," but I don't like the turn-based, so I like Kingdom Hearts, but I don't think I'm ever gonna like Final Fantasy. But if it's just, like, kinda feeling like that, I think I would actually beat that game and, like,
Yeah,
actually enjoy it. So I think something that I'm gonna download the demo and try it, but I think that's a game that
do
I'm
it.
probably gonna wanna get now because it sounds like it's gonna be up my alley.
Yeah, do it. I think I'm gonna wait until they release all of them, since the remake is. Sorry about the train in the background. Um, the remake is just like the first third of Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna wait until they do like the whole collection until I play the remake in full. Especially since I'm just playing the original for the first time and it's like 25 years old now, or like 23 years old. But like honestly, like it's everything I love about a JRPG, and I can see all these elements from other RPG games getting from Final Fantasy VII, the original one. Like them stealing, certain concepts and stuff. I'm just like, yeah, this makes sense. So with the original, it's active time battle. So it's turn based, but you have a time, like time is still going on. So if you're not paying attention, enemies are going to keep attacking you. Like you
Mm.
got to make sure that you're attacking right away. Whereas like Paper Mario or whatever, you have all day to press attack before the enemy will attack you, you
Right, they're
know?
just kinda standing there staring at you.
Exactly.
Hmm.
And that sort of messed me up because when I play games, I'm also like doing something else, like either watching a TV show or I'm falling asleep in my bed,
Yep.
like while playing, which happened twice already with this game. And like my whole party just dies on me because of this active time battle. I'm just like, oh, God damn it. So you can actually turn it off, which is nice. And I did. So it's more just turn based. Like enemies can't attack past their first attack until you press attack or magic or whatever. So yeah, I'm
Right.
enjoying the hell out of it. I can't wait to play through it all. But I definitely see why people hold this game in such high regard as like their favorite game of all time.
Yeah, I would say that, like, uh, akin to, like, some sort of Greek philosopher or something, like, for us, it would be like, all of our philosophies came from this person. This is the Greek philosopher. This is the Plato of video gaming, this is your antithesis of an RPG essentially. Like this
Yeah, I
is
like
where
that. Yeah,
everything stemmed from. I mean there was ones before and there were ones during and after, but like this is like the one that they put up on the pedestal that like if you're going to make an RPG, make it like Final Fantasy 7. Like that's your
yeah,
starting point. Like that's where
yeah. I
you want to
agree.
come from. The granddaddy of
I
all
personally would
RPGs.
say Earthbound is that, but yeah, no, I FF7 is that. Like what it it's what it can be. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It broke through. I mean, the
It broke
PlayStation
through a lot of
1,
different elements.
yeah,
And
the
and it was
PlayStation
like
1
one
has
of the
no
first like
shortage.
three-dimensional RPGs too.
Right. No shortage of
Yeah.
RPGs on the PlayStation 1, and that's outstanding that you have this game that can just set that precedence for out of all of those that came out, you
And it
know.
still does
Right.
today.
And that's
23 years later, I'm playing it
nuts.
for the first time and being like, "Yes, I want to keep playing you. Like you are
Yeah.
amazing." Yeah.
Yeah, and you still got
Yeah.
those people running around with cloud swords, behind their
Yeah.
backs, like, that following is so huge, it's crazy, like, that's so cool. I have mad respect for people who, like, really dive into the Final Fantasy world, it's It's
You
cool.
guys ever see that wedding cake cutting of the guy with the Final Fantasy VII sword cutting the wedding cake?
No, but I now have an idea for my own wedding.
You got no, you gotta look it up on YouTube. It
Oh,
it is insane.
that's
Like
cool.
it is the biggest goddamn sword with an average size wedding cake, but it's just like
Oh my god,
holy fuck. And they actually cut it, yeah.
that's amazing.
Yeah, the husband and wife are both like holding it while they
Oh, that's
cut
so
it.
cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Mad respect.
Mad respect. So let's get into the main topic of discussion and go through this. It's the PS5 controller was images were released about it. It was talked about by Sony. Uh what do we think about it? It's called the DualSense controller.
Yeah. My first reaction to it, I mean, as everybody's was, is like, what shape is this? I think when I saw it, I was like, this looks like uh let me go back by saying, and I know I said it earlier, I grew up with PlayStation, and basically didn't look back essentially. Like I, and it the from the DualShock to the DualShock 4, it was essentially the same controller feel and all the buttons, and there really wasn't much change until you got to 4 when they started adding the bar and everything
And the pad.
and the pad, yeah. So it was all pretty much the same. So when you picked up the PlayStation controller, you knew, like your hands knew you were holding a PlayStation controller no matter what generation it was, and it was so
Yeah,
comfortable. And
I agree
honestly,
with that.
it's one of my favorite video game. I think it is my favorite video game controller, like to
Yeah.
use, is a DualShock. So I when I first saw it, I was like, "Oh no. This does not look anything like a DualShock. This looks like my clunky Xbox One controller." And that
Yeah, it
that was
looks
my
like
first thought.
Xbox One meets Nintendo Pro controller, you know,
Meets a boomerang,
meet some like average Joe. This is what a controller should look like type thing.
like a third party
Yeah, like a third party thing.
controller.
Yeah, knockoff brand. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a Mad Catz looking.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I was my first thought when I saw it. But as I looked at it more, if you think about the DualShock, it's kind of like straight across, and then you got your handles that come straight down, and you just sit, and it's kind of like a little rectangle in your hands, basically. But this one, it kind of looks like it curves in like a U almost, and you got these big wide sides of it. So
Yeah.
I'm almost wondering if it's like the
Did you
way.
see the side view of it?
Yeah,
Okay, because with the black and white one, it's kind of distorted, with the
yeah.
lines on it and everything.
Yeah. But like when it comes out, it looks like, when you're looking at the front view, it's like kind of like almost like a heart. Like it comes out and in a little bit, it looks like.
It
And
looks rounder for
right.
sure.
Yeah, they
So
said they tested it on a bunch of different types of hands, though. Like people tested it out. And
huh.
so I guess obviously they're trying to move in a more ergonomic. I mean, like how,
Yeah.
everyone's getting special gaming controllers, so they know what they're doing.
That's what I was thinking is,
Yeah.
I'm being skeptical of it right now, but I wonder if once we get it in our hands, as the public will be like, wow, we've been gaming wrong the entire time. Like, like you need this kind of inward, bend or, whatever they do to it. Like, is this going to be way more comfortable than any other controller that we've ever had? Because nothing has ever looked like this controller. Except, like I said, the closest thing I can think of is like an Xbox controller.
Xbox, yeah. Yeah, I
But
wonder.
even that looks way different.
So for anyone that hasn't seen it, it's two different colors. It's a solid white with like black trim around the thumb pads and like the bottom of it, and then the light bar is around the touchpad, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm looking at a picture right now where the thumb pads are lit up around the circles of it, but I think that's a mock-up almost.
Well, so yeah, the light bar is around the middle of the touchpad, is what, because they wanted
Is
to
it?
take it off the front.
Yeah, is the touchpad as like an actual screen now or
I don't,
no?
I don't think so.
Okay,
I
because
think it's just a
I'm
pad.
looking up images right now on Google, and like a lot of people have images of like the menu screen of
No,
a PS. Yeah,
no, no,
no. Okay,
no.
no, 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 no.
Yeah.
But yeah. So it's white and black. One thing that I noticed right away was that the actual buttons, like the square, triangle, circle, X, are all one color. They're black on a white button.
Well, I
And
wonder if that's gonna, I wonder if that's gonna change.
I
Like,
don't think so.
you think?
I think this is what it's going to be essentially. And even if they change the colors of the controller, if they make an all black or they make a gray controller or a blue one, it's going to just be a solid color of what it is. And my question with this is, like, thinking about like any game, like let's say God of War, right? And it's like press square to attack. Like an image comes up of the square button, it's a pink square button. And it's like, well, now you have no color associated with it.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, because I think there will, like, when I look at the picture that I'm looking at, I think it looks like, obviously it looks like this is just like, it's not the real controller. It looks like it's like a generated drawing almost. That
Yeah, but
these,
it's not.
yeah, but it looks like these buttons are just like generated drawing. But my thing is, like, the Xbox controller has, the X, Y, A, B buttons, but they're also color coded.
Yeah.
And they've always been those colors. And they're still those colors. And PlayStation has always had these colors on these buttons. And I like, I wonder if I don't, and I'm just speaking because I'm wondering if there's like an accessibility thing with that. Like, if you have trouble, I don't know, like seeing a certain shape or lines or whatever, like, you can know that that's square because it's pink or something. You know what I mean? Like, because on, like, if you're playing Xbox and it's like, hit A, it's green, hit B, it's red, but you might not know what A or B is, but you're hitting the red and the green button. So it's kind of like
Yeah.
this. It's like, are you taking
Exactly.
away an accessibility point that somebody might need if you make the colors all just black and white?
Exactly.
That's like the first thing I could think of when they got rid of the colors, is like, does somebody need that out there for something? Because I know somebody probably, even like a little kid who doesn't know their letters yet, like, they know that they're hitting the gray
The
or the
pink
pink
button.
or the
Yeah.
green. Yeah. Like,
Exactly.
so
Yeah.
I wonder if that's gonna, if they do take that away, is there gonna be, somebody who's has a little bit more trouble playing then, because they have to adapt to that.
Yeah. So we'll see with that. What do you guys think about the color scheme of it, the white and black? For like, this will obviously be the launch controller. There'll be other different colors coming out, I'm sure. But like, what do we think about this color scheme, and then what do we think about the PS5 console? Like, what will that look like? Is it going to look like the dev kits that we've seen?
I hope not. I hope it looks different. Um,
The actual console.
yeah. The black and white is fine. It's like a sleek design. I don't think that that's, I mean, it's just like a modern, sleek looking black and white. It's like the people who are like trying to do an all black leather interior in their car. They're just trying to make it look fancy and modernized and whatever. But really, they're just driving a, you know, I don't know.
Toyota Prius.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So, like, yeah. So I don't know. Like, I think that it probably looks like brand new and shiny because of that. So I think maybe that would look fine, but I mean, I could definitely see them playing around with different colors like they do now for the DualShocks with the two tones on the buttons and the handles there.
Do you remember like the whole leak of the dev kit that looked
Mhm.
like I remember like the meme of like someone having it as like a vacuum
Yeah, it looked
cleaner or
like a
something?
Roomba, like a weird Roomba.
Yeah. Tony, you remember it?
Yep.
Like, do you think that that might be the shape of it?
No, I doubt it.
No?
I don't
Okay.
want it to be. I won't believe it until I see it.
I really doubt it.
I
But
think it will
we'll have
be,
to wait and
actually.
see.
I think it will be. That that's my 2 cents for it, is that it will be because it's PS5 and that was a V shape,
Oh,
which is
that's like a weird conspiracy theory where they're like, well, this letter is this number of the alphabet plus this letter, which is this number of the alphabet, which equals 23, which
yeah,
is the number of whatever. Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me.
maybe. Yeah,
Get
we'll
your
see.
tinfoil off.
I think it will be at different colors. I think it will match this controller more, and the dev kit will be a different color.
I don't know.
But I mean, why change the shape from the dev kit to what the actual system will look like? I don't know.
Some dev kits were different looking than others.
Completely different, yeah. But like when it comes to like Game Boy and DS and all that, and Nintendo wise, they're exactly the same, but with different hardware in it.
Well, my thing is when you look at that, like, my first thing when I think about that is like dust collection. Like it sits in
Hmm.
the center there and it looks like there's like vents and stuff. Like wouldn't
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the dust get in the vents and like wouldn't that be like I feel like that would be kind of hazardous to the system's like just
It
general
might be,
use. So if
unless it
they do that,
blows
like
out that
I don't
that
know.
area.
Yeah, I don't know. It just that's that was like my first thing I thought of if that would be what it is actually going to look like. Is dust going to be an issue in these systems or
Yeah.
whatever?
Tony, what do you think about the controller?
I like it. I think PlayStation obviously knows what they're doing. They've been doing it for a long time, so I want to try it.
Yeah. Uh the one thing I did see also is that instead of the share button on the PS5 PS4 controller, they have a create button.
Yeah, I saw that.
So what do we think create means? Like, to me, I would think that, like, I don't really use the share button often. I think I've used it a few times in posts where like I take a screenshot and I can share it then. Um but then there's still like a whole loop around about how to like get it onto my phone to then post it on Instagram. Do we think that the create button might be a way to share videos and photos easier, or maybe like throw like some like how stories are on Instagram where you can like throw music on top of it, or like throw text base or gifs or something like that on top of the image that you're posting, maybe?
It's probably going to be similar to how they have it now. They might have just like rebranded it
Okay.
because the share button essentially does. I mean, you can press that to do a clip. You can press it to take a screenshot, and then it just opens up your share menu. So
Okay.
I,
So
I'd,
you've
I'd
used it,
imagine that,
right?
yeah, they're probably going to keep it pretty similar.
Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking the create. Well, when they said it was called create, I kind of thought my initial thought was like, oh, like are they trying to like incorporate almost like in dreams where in
Yeah,
like anything you can just like make whatever. It's like that's
that's what I was
weird.
thinking too.
But I coming from the world of Xbox, there's not a button specifically designed for like taking a screenshot or whatever. Like there's a way to do it. Like that's pretty I mean it's pretty simple, but like, it's still not like on your Switch there's just a camera button that you can just press and it does it. So I think that like even there is, and even on, I've used the one on the share button on PlayStation a couple times. Like you still have to go in and log in and show where you want to share. It's not just like if I hit this button, this goes to the internet right now kind of thing. So I think when they do create, it's probably going to be similar, but then it might give you more options. Like in the PlayStation, like, do you want to trim the clip? Do you want to edit the photo? Do you want to put text
Yeah.
on your photo? Do you want to, like whatever. So I think it might give you more flexibility in editing your content before sharing it, like just on the PlayStation, to kind of maybe try to eliminate some steps some people have to take as like, I guess, streamers or influencers or whatever you want to call them for gaming. Like when they have to edit their content or, post their content, maybe this will kind of try to streamline it for people who are doing that with
Yeah,
the
and
create button.
maybe, with you just saying that, it got me thinking maybe Sony is thinking instead of just video gaming and sharing on other platforms that they'll make sort of a platform like Instagram or Facebook, which they already sort of have, but like really streamline it where, it's just all about PlayStation games
Hmm.
and sharing PlayStation games.
A social media based,
Yeah.
like gaming based social media platform,
Yeah.
like strictly.
Why not?
Yeah. Hmm.
Why not if you have all the tools right in your controller and you don't have to go anywhere, you don't have to transfer something to your phone, you can just create it right on the PS5, being like, this is a great post here. Like, this is a beautiful shot of Red Dead Redemption 2,
Right. And you could
where
like,
I'm looking at this mountaintop and I can do it all from my PlayStation.
uh
And not only are my friends seeing it, which I believe that's how it is right now, but anyone can see it that is searching for this game.
yeah. It's there's something similar to that on Xbox where you can like look up things about, like you can look for things about certain games, like clips and stuff like that people share. But I could see that like, being pretty cool on the PlayStation if you like just, have this platform where you just kind of use your PSN name as your handle and like you can comment or you can share or whatever, create your own kind of posts and see what people are doing in games and get
Yeah.
ideas or share things like that you're doing, tips and tricks and stuff like that. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. So beyond that, one of my favorite things that they talked about was that there's a built-in microphone into the controller.
Mhm.
So you don't have to have a headset anymore if you don't want one. But you can still have one. But you can literally hear people and talk like almost like it's speakerphone on your cell phone
Right.
through your controller, which is amazing to me.
I think that's a cool idea. I wonder how it's going to sound.
Yeah,
Like,
hopefully it's not shitty.
yeah, like if you think about like right now, if I was talking on a phone and holding it up to record this podcast, like if I was on speakerphone, like it would sound
Really bad.
ridiculously bad. Like, I mean, you could still understand what I was saying and I get my point across, but you wouldn't like it. And I don't know if that's what it's going to be like on there. Like, you're still going to be able to hear the people you're playing against, but is the microphone quality going to be like so crappy that you just like want to claw your eyes out? Like,
Yeah, because the PS4 one is not good quality right now. I know there's some games that adopted that where you could hear sounds from the PS4 speaker controller, the controller in the or the speaker in the controller, and it did not sound right at all.
yeah.
It sounded really choppy and messed up. Like I know the baby in Death Stranding would like cry through the controller, and you're just like, stop. Like
Yeah,
you
that
sound
kind of
so bad.
reminds me of the Wiimotes. If you played certain games, sometimes noise would come through the Wiimote on the Wii.
Yep.
and it was kind of like a jarring, like clonking noise kind of thing. And it was like because the one I can like remember would be, I think on like I think it was like Lego Star Wars or something, like when you bring out your lightsaber and it would like make the noise or whatever, it's lightsabery noise, but it was like weirdly distorted because it was coming out of this little tiny speaker, and I don't know, it was weird. So that's what I thought about when I saw the like speaker and microphone thing on the controller, was like, is it gonna kind of be like the Wii where it was just like, oh no, this thing's making noise and I want it to stop, instead of like it enhancing my gaming experience and like in, I guess, like bringing me into that next level. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
I would be worried about the echo from the TV. You know, if
Yep.
you're not using a headset and you're using like what for playing Call of Duty and stuff, you know, that's already an issue. People get
Yep.
uh the echo and stuff. So,
Yeah, that is, I definitely know
but they're
that.
they'll
I was,
probably incorporate it into games. You think?
yeah, I was like even playing like Overwatch and stuff on Xbox, like if we had any kind of like feedback, like we'll tell one of our party members, like, somebody's feeding back or whatever, and they'll turn their TV down or whatever, and it's fine. And that's just with headsets. So I can't imagine if the controller is just sitting on your lap in front of the TV, like if it's going to pick up that TV sound, or will it be like smart enough to filter out noise that's so far away? I don't know.
Yeah, I can't
It's
imagine
gonna
it's
be
gonna
weird.
be. It's probably not going to be any more sophisticated than the headset that comes with the PlayStation. You know, normally that
Yeah.
cheap earbud and mic. You
Yep.
know, it's
Yeah.
I
probably
think
just
it'll
that
be
inside
smarter
the
than that.
controller.
You think?
Okay.
I
Yeah,
hope.
but I also, yeah, like you guys were saying, I think the TV sound might interrupt it if you're like too close to the TV. Like I gave Tony my headset and he uses that for Call of Duty, but when I've played with him, I'm using my VR camera essentially to pick up
Yep.
my voice and I sound like shit supposedly, right? Like I don't know what I sound like, but
Yeah, I mean,
Tony
it's just
says,
you're far away. The audio quality is not that great. So,
yeah, it
Right.
sounds like
I
I'm
mean,
like
it's not.
screaming into a jar from 10 feet away or something.
Same thing with Xbox. Like if you're playing using your microphone as your Connect, it's the same thing. Like it's just like you're screaming into the void
Yeah.
and it's echoing back. So I hope that it's a little better sounding than
I
that.
love screaming into the void though, by the way.
I do that every day.
It's my favorite hobby.
It's daily. It's a must
Yeah.
on my schedule.
Another plug. If you can watch Enter the Void. Fucking insane movie.
What's that? Oh, it's a movie. I was gonna say, is it on anywhere?
I have no idea. It's so weird. It's
I'll look at it.
insane.
I'll look
This
into it.
guy, the plot is that this guy dies like while on drugs,
Oh.
while in Japan,
Oh.
and he like the cops kill him or something. He's like a drug dealer or something, and cops kill him, and he becomes a fly on the wall then,
Ooh.
and can see everything that happens after he dies, like
Oh.
with his sister and with the people he knew and stuff. So he can't interact with them, but he sees it from a fly on the wall perspective, and it's insane.
It's like Yu Yu Hashiko, but with
I have no idea who that is.
it's 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 an old anime. Not old, but
Okay.
like a 90s, early 2000s anime. It's pretty good. It's kind of similar. Like this kid is like this, he's in like a high school situation and he's like an asshole and he gets hit by a car, but he gets hit by a car because he was like saving a little boy from getting hit by a car in the street.
Oh,
So like he's an asshole, but he did this really great thing and he died because of it. And then he like comes back and he like just kind of like as a ghost situation, like is watching everybody like as they deal with his death and like finding out about it and what they're gonna do. And but that's just like the beginning of it, and then it goes into
yeah,
other
that's
stuff.
crazy.
But Yeah, that's kind of what it reminded me of when you were
Send
talking
me a
about it.
text message of it,
Yeah,
of the name.
it's on
Yeah,
Hulu.
as
It's
it is.
really good. I used to watch it all the time in middle school. I loved it.
Yeah, I'm down.
It's good.
The other thing I have about this controller, like probably the main big difference, is the adaptive triggers.
Yeah.
So that, are you familiar with that, Tony?
No.
So essentially, like the R2, L2 buttons, like you can feel the pressure of a trigger, like of a gun trigger or a bow, or like it also has adaptive vibration. So the Joy-Cons had this with like Mario Party and
The haptic
like
feedbacks and stuff like that.
haptic, yeah, where you can like shake a jar with a bunch of different size balls in it, and you're trying to get these balls out of the small little jar hole, and you have to shake it, but you can feel the ball, like all the different balls in the controller and the Joy-Con. That's what the new PS5 controller is going to be like. So essentially, people are describing it like if you're walking down a dirt path in the game, you can feel the dirt under your feet. Whereas if you're running on gravel, you can feel the difference from that. So it's way more interactive, like way more like you're in this game.
I like the haptics on the Joy-Cons for the Switch. I think that's one of the coolest like new pieces that Nintendo brought to the playing table here on the
Yeah.
console wars. So I'm glad that Sony is like, ooh, people are liking that on the Switch. Let's take that and put it into ours now because it
You
it
have
seems
to,
like
right?
maybe because it could. I mean, like the haptics could have been poorly received. When the Switch came out, it could have
Yeah.
gone either way because we've never had anything like it before. But now, since the Switch is so successful and people are using the haptics in their games successfully, I think now all of the consoles have to be like, well, I guess we have to do this because this precedence has been set for newer generation consoles. So I think that Sony made the right move there with putting those in, and I think it's going to bring a lot to a lot of their games. I think, like, I can just imagine like playing like God of War with haptics, like you can feel the weaponry like
Oh my
moving.
god, if you can feel the axe coming
Yeah,
back to you,
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
think
Like,
how crazy that would be.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you can feel that weaponry, or like just imagine like playing Skyrim, like a game that already exists, but with those haptic feedbacks, like that could change a lot of gameplay for a lot of people. All like just changing that one little piece of equipment.
I
So,
hope they make a new Skyrim before they add that into the pre-existing one.
oh, they'll add it and then they'll make a new one. They're gonna cash grab that baby for all she's got, and then they'll make a
Oh
new
my
one.
god, it's so bad. There's too many Skyrims.
Yeah, no, I think that's cool.
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited for it. Like to be able to feel like the pressure of a bow. Like pulling back on a bow.
You can feel like when it gets taut,
Yeah.
and then you know when to let go.
Quite. Yeah.
And like the one thing I like to obviously to tie back in with Nintendo, like I know while I'm playing Animal Crossing, one of the haptics that I really like right now that I'm using a lot on Animal Crossing is like when you're fishing, you have those vibrations
Yeah.
where it's like the vibrations, and then there's a vibration when it bites and you have the fish on the line, and it's different. So imagine if you were playing that on like, I don't know, like Wii U or something where it just had a regular vibration. You would just be like, oh, it's just another. But now I could like close my eyes and turn the sound off and figure out when I'm supposed to reel my fish in just using that vibration. So I feel
Yeah,
like
that's true.
that's like something that's super cool that I like to use right now a lot in this one specific part of this one game. So I think that like them taking that and implementing it, it's going to open so many doors and it's going to be so cool.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. But what do you guys think that the PS5, it's supposed to come out this year, right? Like near the end of this year.
Yeah.
Do you think it's going to be delayed?
Um, I think
Because
it.
I think it will.
I think everything right now depends on how we get our world economy jump started again. Like, because all of the PS5 is not all just made in one place, I'm sure. I don't know all of the specifics, but I'm sure that it's all not made in one place. So if something for the PS5, if like even like the people who make the power cord or whatever aren't working right now or whatever, like that's one little part of the PS5, but if it doesn't get done on time, then it doesn't go out on time. So you're
Yeah, that's
kind of
true.
you have to make sure that every piece of the puzzle is still working. And if it's not and it can't catch up, then you have to push back your date. Even if it's like one little thing that it's going to not be done by that point in time where they're supposed to be done, that date they set, then they're going to have to push it back. So I think probably more than likely we'll see a pushback. I'm not saying they'll push it back to like, you know, I don't know, next December or something, but like maybe we'll see like, okay, there was an initial release date of, I don't even remember, but maybe a month later or something. I don't know. It just all depends on how everything comes back, I think.
I think honestly, with this whole virus and businesses sort of stopping or like working at home, a lot of developers right now aren't able to work, in their usual environment where, for the most part, have to work together, especially like on bigger games. And I feel like if the games aren't coming out, then the system won't be able to come out. And then on top of that, how can you ask anyone for $500, $600 console, without that many games, which has happened multiple times. You can have like a few games at launch and that's fine. But that, or in the recession that we will be in, if we're not already in, because not that many people are working and they're getting their unemployment checks, and that's about it.
Yeah,
Like,
nobody's going
so
to have the extra cash to throw out, and I think entertainment industry might hit a little snag from that.
yeah, I mean, people are buying games right now on the used market, but why would you want to buy a new system that might only have two games at launch or whatever, and then it can play all the old games? But it's like, well, you might as well just keep your old system to play all the old games that are the same
Yeah.
system. Like the games for PS4 work on PS4, so just keep it for that.
Yeah.
So I think in Sony's best interest, it might benefit them to delay it a whole nother year until things are quote unquote normalized.
Yeah, and that's also the reason why a lot of people are pushing back movie release dates because they know that the movie's not going to sell that well as it could have if we didn't have all this going on. Because people, once we come out of this, people aren't going to have the extra money to go see a movie. So movie sales are going to drop
I
until,
think a lot of movie theaters are just going to close
well,
too.
yeah, that too. But, uh, and that's a whole other conversation. But like, I just think in general, the entertainment industry is going to take a hit until we kind of work our way back. And that's going to suck because it's really important. And obviously, right now, everybody can tell that it's really important because if it wasn't, we would have no Netflix to binge while we're sitting in our houses. So, thank you, entertainment industry.
Yeah. Thank God for streaming right now.
Oh my God, yeah. For real.
What do you think, Tony? Do you think PS5 is coming out this year or next year?
I mean, I'm just gonna wait and see. I don't have anything really riding on it, and
I really
we
don't
can
care.
speculate, but
Yeah.
we don't know. So we'll just have to wait and see.
I really don't care until until it comes out, and then still I won't care because I probably won't be an early adopter unless there's specific games that come out for it that you can't buy on the PS4.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I agree. I'm not going to be grabbing it anytime soon, but I'm anxious to see it released and see it, like, what it's going to be like in that, like, what people are saying about it.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll see. Let us know if you guys prefer the PS5 to come out this year or next year, and why.
Yeah, let us know your thoughts on the controller. What you're most excited for. I don't know.
Yeah,
Whatever you're vibing on with that PS5.
I'm excited for the PS5. I'm also excited for the new Xbox because maybe I'll be an Xbox person next year too.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
really don't know.
it's all open ended. I think a lot of people are just gonna ride out whatever they have for a little bit, and we'll see where we end up on the other side of all this, and start building that gaming industry back up eventually. It's gonna take a little bit of a hit here.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I think that about wraps it up, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Give us a follow on Instagram at Precisely Podcast. We do have a Patreon if you do want to join our private group chat on Discord at patreon.com/precisely. We have our website up that your amazing fiance made, Kelly, at precisely.live, where you can catch all of our episodes, our bios that are amazing. Kelly's bio is amazing, and Tony's profile picture is amazing. So make sure you check that out. And yeah, you can buy merch off there too. T-shirts and hoodies. We might be making some more merch. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
I got
coffee mugs and
oh,
shit,
I got
like
an
why not?
idea. Yeah, I got an idea earlier about like a bottle opener or something. Something
Oh, I like
like
that.
that. We got to get some beer related merch out there.
I like that. Yeah, let's
Koozies
do
or
it.
something. We got to have
Yeah,
something for beer.
let's do it. Some etched glasses.
The finest chinas we can find
Yes, please.
to put
All of
out
it.
on Thanksgiving dinner to feed your family off of.
I love it. Yeah. So yeah, give us all a follow on Instagram. I'm at Beau's_game room. Kelly, you're
Highway to Kel.
And precisely Tony.
and Tony loves biking. So if you like mountain biking, follow him.
And follow our Instagram page at Precisely Podcast and our Facebook page at the same.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the Facebook.
Yeah, it's there.
Cool. Well, we out.
We out.
We out.